Well, good evening, everyone. This is the Barry Fear Update, and tonight I'm going to be talking to you about staying positive during the lockdown. Now, joining me in the studio for the first time in donkey years, it's good evening, Rob Doyle.
Good evening, Barry. What a pleasure it is to be back in the studios of Oceania here with you, and I'm looking forward to this video.
Well, first up, it's important, guys, like I say on each video, is to really talk to people about how you're feeling and how you are coping during the lockdown. Here's my upside.
It's very important, Barry, to talk to people, isn't it, during the lockdown, and to let them know how you're feeling. That if you're struggling a bit, you've got to talk about it. You don't just keep it inside and go back to your room and suffer. You just
No, because the important thing, guys, is if you sit in your room and suffer and don't tell anybody or how people going to help you in the long run. Here's my upside.
That's right, and it's the long run we're concerned with. We know everyone's going to get through this period all right, Baz, but it's just getting through it in a good frame of mind and keeping occupied like you do, Baz.
So here are some tips. Don't ever keep anything inside the bottle. Unscrew the lid and let everything out. Here's my upside.
That's good. That's a very good analogy there, Barry, about what you need to do. And you can't. If you're worried about something, let someone know. Let your carer know. Let another client know. Just let a parent know. Let someone know so that it gets out there and you can be helped.
And don't just sit there and think there's no one in Oceania or a house manager, no, because don't think that there's no one here that can help you, even our manager, the staff here. Here's my offside.
Yeah, and there's not just those people, Barry, there's the people beyond those people. There's people that are specially trained that know that for these situations that CPA can get people down to have a chat with people and talk them through the issues that might be upsetting them.
And remember, don't get frustrated. Remember that, people. Here's my upside.
Yeah, look, once again, Barry, you're spot on there. That frustration is the worst thing that you can be, and sad as well. Or worried. You've just got to make sure that you talk about it so that the problem can be, the situation can be remedied.
And you can write a letter to the Premier as well, or your Prime Minister. Here's my upside.
Yeah, I think that it'd be good to see if the Premier or the Prime Minister might reply too, Barry. So I know you write a few letters yourself, which is a good idea. It's a nice way of communicating.
So, and remember, guys, you've got a phone there. Ring your friends and email your friends and talk to them on Skype as well. Here's my upside.
Yeah, use whatever communication device you need. Just make sure that you get someone on the other end that can help.
Now, how have you coped during this coronavirus with you and your family?
Well, I have to say I give myself 9 out of 10 because I've got plenty of things to do to keep me busy. I'm one of the fortunate people that can still go to work and do my job, and I'm also there's also plenty of things to do at home because both the children are home and they've got to be doing schoolwork and we've got to be teaching them stuff. And there's just always plenty of stuff to do.
Well, before we wrap up this little session of talking here, a few basic rules. Don't flout the rules, guys. I had said this many times. Don't bring 000 for non-trivial issues. Thirdly, don't go out unless you have to. Here's my offsider to explain those before we wrap up this show.
Yeah, that's a good way to finish, Baz. Yeah, you can't go out unless you've got to, you can go out if you've got to do some shopping. You can go out for some exercise, but remember social distancing. And you've just got to make sure that you know, wash your hands and sanitize your hands and all this sort of thing when you come back and before you leave as well, so that you don't transfer anything that on to anyone else. But yeah, look, you know, no, you are allowed to go out and get some fresh air and roll around the block or whatever you need to do. And certainly, shopping's another one. But the clients, you're getting the shopping delivered here, so you don't even have to do that. But fresh air is always a good thing to get.
And remember, guys, phone a friend if you're feeling down. Write them an email. Do a video. Send it to them. Here's my offsider.
That's right, Baz. That's a good note to finish on. Those emails, you know, they cost nothing. You just type away and send it, and you know you can get a hold of someone that way if you don't want to talk on the phone.
And remember, the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, the 3 zeros, they are only to be dialed in an emergency. And we'd like to finish on that. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, look, Barry, that's
So
always
that-
been your main thing, isn't it? People using it, the 000 number for emergencies only, and using it regularly and using it well. And you know, I'm sure that your advice is always well received, Barry.
And only use 111 only if you've got a critical situation. Don't tie up the ambulance or the police or fire with fake nuisance calls because they are really stretched to the limit at this time of coronavirus. And when they're coming up, well, please really do think, is your urgency an emergency before you dial? There are other numbers you can call, like Lifeline, if you are struggling, and the number for Lifeline is 131114. And on that note, guys, it is time for us to say farewell to you now. And here's my offsider to say his farewell now and thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Barry. It's been a pleasure to be with you here in the studio at Oceana and the Oceana Studios. It's been a long time, and we will try and do this more regularly because I always get a lot out of your advice and your chats, and it's good to watch a professional in action.
And just a reminder before we do leave you, don't forget to watch 60 Minutes tonight at 8:50, Channel 9. Record that because it should be a very interesting show. And Rob, I do believe we had some roast chicken on the menu tonight.
Because that smells mighty fine.
And on that note, guys, it is time for my offsider to go. It is nearly 5:30 here. And remember, keep positive, everybody. Stay calm, relax, breathe. If you need to talk, talk. And on that note, that's all, folks. And that's the day.
It's a wrap.
And here's my outsider to say his farewell now.
Farewell, everyone. Have a nice evening. Barry will be enjoying his roast chicken shortly. I'm going to do the right thing now. Change my gloves, sanitize my hands. Have a nice night, everyone.
And I will be back with you later on this evening to give you a preview of tomorrow's show. But from myself, Barry Fair, and Mr. Rob Doyle, we wish you a very good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Take care.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.